Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time you are tuning in. I'm on a journey to improve my life by 2 millimeters each and every week, and I want to do that with you. This week, back from Indonesia, and I've exchanged my shorts and t-shirts and tankinis for shirts, scarves, jackets, jumpers, all sorts of things. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Rachel's got a new look. She's gone all Balinese and cornrows in her hair and all sorts of things like that. So trendy bandana, not too sure about that. Hi Ash, how are you? Nice to see you on the line. Has anyone ever, let me ask a question, has anyone ever been to hospital or had to go to hospital to have a procedure or think about something or have a checkup or do something a little bit different? Because if you have, I'd love to hear about it, and if you can pop it in the comments, that would be great. Hi Ange, nice to see you on the line. And if anybody else is having troubles with what they're doing, just jump on the live and chat to one another and sort of help one another jump online, because I know everyone's trying to get online together at the moment. Things that we're going to cover today. Hi Les, how are you? Nice to see you. Thank you for coming on. A couple of things that we're going to chat about today is, why do I look like an indie girl that has plaits, which we haven't seen before or for a long time, maybe when I was a little kid. And why do I look like I'm about to jump out of an aeroplane with my pack here? Business awards, did we get nominated for finalist? Drum roll, we'll wait and see. Living with epilepsy, that's another thing. And helping the local community, the fourth and final thing, which is certainly not in order of preference or priority, but it's living with the local community and how we can help people that find themselves in desperate situations. So, why do I look like an indie girl and plaits and about to jump out of an aeroplane with this big backpack? I don't know whether you can see it or not from the side. Why would Rachel even want to get on this live and do this? Anticipation, they're saying. Love the braids. Thank you, Jim. I started this journey back in the middle of the year with a conversation that I had with somebody that was very special. And I also had that conversation probably decades ago with having been taken to hospital in an ambulance, and it was sort of an emergency situation. Since then, I'd been diagnosed with epilepsy. I've been very open about my diagnosis. And I wanted to just go on this journey with you. But not only did I go to Indonesia, I went diving, had an absolute ball diving. I survived an earthquake whilst I was diving. And then it looks like I'm going to jump out of an aeroplane and survive parachuting. But that's actually not the case. So today, Mariana and Katrina and Lani, they were all beautiful ladies and nurses at the Royal Prince Alfred Hospital. And I just wanted to give them a big shout out, because they're the ones that did my plaits. Thank you very much, girls. They're the ones that put the electrodes on my head today. It was like having three sisters that braid your hair, and you're all chatting, sitting around, having a good old laugh together. And it was quite funny. But the purpose of this and this battery pack and everything else, it's for the ambulatory EEG. So like people's names that I can't pronounce, this is a big word that I'm going to try and pronounce, and I generally always stuff it up, but that's okay. I really don't mind. And those that mind don't matter, and those that matter don't mind. So let's just go with it. Hey Sonica, how are you? Ambulatory EEG. So I'm just going to read from the notes that they gave me at the hospital. An ambulatory EEG, here comes the big word. Everybody, you can, on cue, you can laugh with me because I may not be able to pronounce it, but I'm still going to give it a go. Anyway, electroencephalography. There we go. I got it, guys, with your support. Thank you. It's a prolonged test that records the activity of your brain and monitors your heart rhythm. You'll need to wear equipment which includes the EEG, an electrocardiogram, another big word, ECG electrodes, which are all these things which I'm going to show you, mobile monitoring device, which is this little bad boy here, not jumping out of a plane, and possibly set up video monitoring, which I do have. And I want to call him, well, the girls in the hospital call him Dexter, and I'll show you him in a minute. The monitoring carries on for 2 days, 3 days, possibly 5 days. I'm going for 5 days. I'm an overachiever. That's what we do here at Rachael Goldsworthy Realty. We try and keep going until we get it right, or just go the most we possibly can. So I'm going for 5 days, not 2 days, not 3 days, but 5 days. Once we've set up the equipment, the recording will continue, and you'll return to the clinic to follow up with a visit with the electrode removals. So that's essentially what all of this is, okay? And Homer, which I'm just going to see if I can switch it around and show you what Homer looks like. All right. So this is Homer. He's got a little video there, and this is the on-site recording, all right? And this is the battery pack that I have to carry around with me. And I also have to sleep with him of a night time. First time I'm going to be sleeping with a man for a while. There we go. Said that on live. How about that? No, seriously, in all seriousness, Homer, he helps capture the brain waves. And also down here, I don't know whether you can see, but I have little electrodes down here. So there's one here on my heart, and then there's also another one on the brass. You're not going to get a view of the brass. Sorry, I draw the line, people. And I hope I don't snore. Yes, that's exactly right, because if I did snore, poor Homer's going to have to put up with that. Although I did go away with Pete recently, and we had single beds. We're all good mates, and he was worried about him snoring. I was worried about me snoring, and I think we both had a really good holiday and didn't really hear one another snoring. So I don't think it really matters whether it's Homer or anybody else. You just got to go through it all. But jumping out of a plane, Wendy jumped on. Oh my God, yes. She is the queen of jumping out of planes. I think it was nearly 50 times she jumped out of a plane until she gave up. But that's not what I'm going to do today. So they include this battery pack, and then there's also this little bad boy here. So if I have an event, I have to press the button. If I accidentally press the button, I have to let them know that I accidentally pressed the button. But it's just to record everything with your waves and everything. Hi, Pete, how are you? Just talking about you as though you weren't in the room, and now you are, so I've got to be careful with what I say. So that's the battery. And then these electrodes. Yes, I'm going to do the huge reveal. Here we go. So this is kind of what it looks like. And then this comes down of a night time. Let me just see if I can do this for you. I just look like a baby then. And then you put that underneath your head, right, so that it doesn't fall off. And then you can see all the little electrodes underneath there. So I'll see if I can pull this down again, make it a bit tidier. So you look a little bit more Western, a bit more indie. No, I didn't bring my boogie board back from Bali. Kind of looks like I did with this sort of an outfit, but just the same, I got through it all right. So the electrodes and everything else is capturing it. I'm telling people about this because I don't want there to be any shame involved with epilepsy or anything. Whatever you're going through, it doesn't matter. We're all the same. It's not traumatic, and just not at all. It's just a bit of stuff that goes on, and you just got to work with it. So what we do know about epilepsy, and I just wanted to share a few stats with you, is that there's 800,000 people in Australia that develop epilepsy at some point in their life. There's 65 million people that have epilepsy. 1 in 3 people will not gain full control with epilepsy with their medication. So they're just fascinating stats. And in Australia, 1 in every 150 people will at some point be diagnosed with epilepsy. So epilepsy is actually more common than Parkinson's disease, cerebral palsy, MS, muscular dystrophy, all combined. So can you imagine that? Pete says, nice hat. I know, isn't it great? Probably not as cool as the other hat that I had, but just the same, it's quite, it's quite warming. It's kind of like having a beanie, especially in this sort of time of what we've had, coming back from the heat in Bali, right, sort of 25, 28 degrees, in pool, shorts to this. So this is probably warming my head at the moment. So the quote of the week I thought was quite poignant with this one. It was by Natalie Bohm, and I'm sorry, Natalie, if I pronounced your name incorrectly, but She's the founder of Defeating Epilepsy. And I must say, all of this that I talk about, I'm not a doctor. I don't have a PhD in anything. I'm, a high school dropout. I'm a university dropout. And I'm all of those things. But I'm here to share this so that we can just talk about it openly together and drop the veil, as it were. So that is my disclaimer, people. So Natalie is the founder of Defeating Epilepsy, and her quote was, "I encourage individuals with epilepsy to advocate for themselves and find a supportive doctor that will also advocate for them as well." And this is what Natalie's saying, she hid it for many years, her epilepsy, despite being seizure-free, due to the fact and fear she'd lose her job and not be able to get the medication to survive. She was hiding what she had gone through and not only allow the stigma to continue. So by sharing her story, she wanted to drop the stigma. And that's essentially what I'm doing. Like, the quote of Natalie resonates with me for many reasons. And I too kept it a secret for many decades because I didn't want people to see me in a different light. I didn't want people to think of me any differently. Like, here I am, this, businesswoman that's meant to have it all together, which each and every one of us struggle with that every day, whether you're a mum, whether you're a dad, whether you're at work, working for somebody else, you own your own business, you all have your different things that you face each day. But I also didn't want people to look at me differently in my role. I didn't want people to feel sorry for me, and therefore I kept it a secret, which I guess now, having shared this with people, and there's so much love and support out there I got so many messages today. It was heartwarming, and I really appreciate each and every one of you because it means so much to me. But also, the shame and the guilt when you get a diagnosis, whether it's epilepsy, whether it's anything in life, unless, like my parents said as I was growing up, we always used to sit on the kitchen bench, and a problem shared is a problem halved, the way we all looked at it. It was great because you could sit there and you'd chat things through and solve the problems of the world, as it were, sitting on the kitchen bench having a cup of tea together. So I implore each and every one of you to not worry about what it is that you may or may not have. Just share it and work through it together. The other thing too is I always used to worry about how it would affect others in my life. So, my family and my partner and those sorts of things at that time. And I think they're probably the most understanding, and they don't not want to see you succeed. They want to do everything they can to help you. So I think that that's really important to know. And I feel many people with a diagnosis, whatever it may be, from a feng shui point of view, it's like a disease, and then break it into two words. It's some sort of dis-ease in your body, whatever that may be. And with the help of the doctors, neurologists in this case, they're able to diagnose things, use this information from Homer, I'm looking up because he's filming at the moment on me. He'll be filming me throughout the night. He's with me 24/7 for the next, 5 days. So I think it's going to, be good in that regard because it just gives them extra data. It's part of a study that they're doing. So I'm also helping them with what they're doing and students that come through. So it's a big win-win for everybody in that regard. But it's kind of similar to your home. If you buy a home and you don't maintain it, you don't look after the bathroom, for example, and take a washer in the shower, you might have a slight drip in that shower and you don't change the washer for whatever reason. And if that washer is not changed, that drip will not be a drip any longer. The drip might go down the back of the wall in the shower, and then that shower would possibly have drip on the wood, and the wood will rot away over time. The wood rot, you have to be replaced. You'd also maybe have to do the water membrane again. I mean, Pete's the plumber. He'd be able to tell us all about that. Thank you for everybody joining me. I really appreciate you being here with me. It means so much. And so it won't be just a washer, which is $100 to $120, maybe $150 to get a plumber out. It'll actually be a new bathroom renovation because, 5 years ago you didn't do anything, but you left it, and that dis-ease in that bathroom just, it unfortunately costs you so much more. So I think that that's the big takeaway there, is just maintain what you're doing. And our bodies are the same. Essentially, our bodies are the same. And our health is our greatest asset. And, we only learn that as we get more older, wiser, more mature, whatever it is that you want to say. We're not teenagers anymore, and we've got to look after our bodies. And don't spend your health gaining wealth only to spend your wealth gaining your health back again. And that's kind of like the message in that regard. Just a couple of things too is thanks Kath, I appreciate that. I hope I do, because I don't know, I just sort of thought I'm going to get on you. I really don't care if people worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let it go. I'm certainly not attached to the look or what it is or what it isn't. But the best way to help somebody if they've got epilepsy and you see somebody having a seizure is just stay with the person, just knowing that somebody's there for you and looking out for you, as I've had people do for me over the years, even on an airplane. Like, it happens and they're there for you. They love you. They want to support you and look after you. So that's a really good thing. Second thing is a time for the seizure. Just sort of mark the time and see how long it takes, whether they're breathing, what they're doing, just... and make sure that they're safe. Protect them from injury. Maybe take their glasses off. If there's any sharp edges around, remove those. Some pillows, whatever it is. Observe them, monitor their breathing, those sorts of things. And generally, you call an ambulance after sort of five minutes if there's the seizure's going longer than it's anticipated or than it should. These are all things that are available on different websites like Epilepsy Action, Epilepsy Australia, I think is another one. So there's plenty of places that have those. The Epilepsy, National Epilepsy Line, there's also, I'll give you this number, I've got this written down, it's 1300 374537. So if anybody wants to do that, if you can also go to this, you can speak to your GP, get a referral to a neurologist or an ophthalmologist or... see, that's one word I've stuck on there. But anyway, they're the epilepticologists. I think I got it, people. I think I got it. Anyway, they're people that specialise in epilepsy, and they really love epilepsy. And there's a lot of people out there that are like that, and they're ready to support you. And just be honest with them and tell them exactly what's going on, because I know that they want to help you, just like, myself. It's all part of the process, isn't it? Epilepsy.org.au has a lot of information in relation to epilepsy as well. So don't be frightened to reach out to somebody. And if you don't want to speak to your doctor and you want to speak to somebody, feel free to call me at any time. You can drop me a direct message, a private message if you want, and I can refer you on to the people that I've used and known over the years and engaged with. And I was very lucky to know somebody who knew somebody. And, I'll be forever grateful for that. And sometimes in life that just happens. It's a serendipitous way of things, and I do appreciate it. So moving away from the epilepsy, we're going to move to community. Now, I received a letter this week. Also, before we move to community, I had a question about Barefoot Investor. I'm going to do 3 things for Mel. Mel made a new request, so I definitely have got that on the list. And one of the 2mm Mondays, we're going to do 3 things for the Barefoot Investor and how it relates to buying a house, because I think that would be really helpful. I received a letter from the Living Room, who provides a drop-in centre for people. This is the letter that I received. It's a drop-in centre, and they provide food packages, morning tea, support in caring and non-threatening environments for people. So great to have so many people on the line with me, and I really appreciate your support and being here with me. To continue the great work that they do, they're looking at a fundraising trivia night. So I'm going to get the infamous Gemma to put this on our social pages, but it's a trivia night that they're going to be raising funds on the 21st of September. I know it's not much notice, but if you're not doing anything on Saturday, it starts at 6 for 6:30 at St Andrew's Auditorium. Sorry, see, words again. Mix them up. 25 West Market Street, Richmond. It's $20 per person, $5 for kids. Bring your own snacks and drinks, tables of 6 or 8. Hi Tony, how are you? Yes, I'm all good. Everything's great. These are just monitoring items, and I'm one of the lucky ones, so I appreciate your concern. So we'll put a link in regards to the trivia night for the living room to provide a drop-in centre for people. And if you want to put any prizes, we've nominated a few prizes for the event. We don't sponsor them in any way, shape or form, other than we love supporting the local community, and that's what this is all about as well. So, the Business Awards, did we get it, or not did we get it, did we get nominated as a finalist or did we not, is the big question. And Gemma says, drum roll. So, yeah, Gemma says she's already put that on the socials. Thank you. I knew you would have. You see, you're the digital media specialist, and that's why we love working with you. So I wanted to say a huge thank you to each and every one of you for the community who voted for Rachael Goldsworthy Realty. It means a lot to me, and that is a big live, love, big yes. We did get nominated for the Business Awards, and I appreciate you because it's all part of what you do as a community and working with us, and we love the fact that we've been nominated. So the other thing too is I couldn't do it without the team that I have. We all bring our specialties to the table, and each and every one of the staff have their own specialty. We do manage sales, rentals and strata, and we have specialists in each of those fields. We've got some of the team that are studying to be licensed real estate agents as well. And, you know, it's just an amazing journey that we all go on together, and what I may not have in my kit, somebody else will have in their kit, and we all work towards that same end result for our clients and the best possible outcome for them, protecting their asset. And we also recently purchased our third rent roll. So this is a work in progress. This will be probably a 12-month process for us again, but we're very excited about it and looking forward to working with everybody and those people that have helped us on that journey. With that said, I don't know whether you can see the sign behind me, but it's one which I bought in Bali, and no, I didn't bring it home with my boogie board or my corn rolls. The sign says, it states, dream big, live simply, give love, laugh lots, and be grateful. And I think that's essentially sums up so much of what we do and what is important to me in my philosophy in life. Family is a big important part of that. The people that we love are a very important part of that as well. And together we'll keep moving forward with our 2mm Monday. I'm really enjoying doing the 2mm Monday with each and every one of you. If you're going through something, or if you want to share something, pop it in the comments below. You'll get lots of love, lots of support from all of us. And I really want to have a live, love, big life with each and every one of you, because we're on here for only a short time, and we want to feel as though we've made some little impact on each other's lives, and together we can achieve so much more, I think, as opposed to individuals. And I think when you embrace that, when you lean into that, we all, have that big love and the live. It's all part of it, you know, and red, white and blue, I chose that because of Australia colours. Australian, very patriotic. But here's to a live, love, big life for you. And with that, I'm going to sign off. And with all my corn rolls and all of the Homer for tonight, he's going to sleep well with me. Thank you, Brian. I love you too. This is my beautiful friend from America. And he's also a realtor. And he's the Mr. Safety Sam officer over in America. He does all of the training for a lot of the NAR, National Association of Realtors. They carry over there in the South, as in a gun and whatever it might be. Maybe I can't say that online. I'm not too sure, Brian, but I've already said it. So dang it. Sorry about that if I'm not supposed to, but he's fantastic. Gemma's saying, night, Rachel and Homer. Absolutely. Ange, hope Homer doesn't snore. Let me tell you, Ange, I'm I have my doubts about him, like most guys. I'm not too sure, but I'm sure we'll have a good night, and I'll probably check in with everybody during the week. This is only on for 5 days. It'll be off soon, and it should be fun. So I'm looking forward to hearing about your stories and your journey, because you're just as important as what I am, but self-love is also important too. So I appreciate you all being on here. Thank you very much for your time, and I'm looking, Lisa's saying, hope you're not windy. Well, I hope Homer's not windy either. I hope he didn't have his beans today, but I've got his second battery pack, so I think he's going to be the ever-ready bunny tonight. I might be in for a long night. I'm not too sure. Anyway, everybody have a great night. Take care of yourselves, and I look forward to hearing about your stories as well. Anything that you want me to share on 2mm Monday, I'd love that opportunity. Any community events coming up, please let me know, because I would love to share that on here too. Have a great night, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Good week ahead, and I look forward to your Live, Love, Big Life. And bye for now.